Throughout human history, people have always worked to harness power to better their lives. Early on, our forebears developed rudimentary machines driven by wind, animals, and water to run these devices. These machines were state-of-the-art for their time, but as with all things, new ideas began taking shape that changed the landscape of how power was developed. Eventually, new machines, fueled by gas, steam, diesel, and coal became the norm, and are, to this day, still the primary way we supply our buildings, cars, and overall lives. And the demand is not slowing down. In recent years, power usage has increased exponentially. So planners have been looking at new technologies and ideas to help bring us out of the 20th century mode of power generation and into the future. Not surprisingly, NASA personnel are part of the core wave of engineers and researchers who are looking at ways to change how we develop power. While some of their ideas will have Earth applications, the bulk of their study is finding ways to improve how power is used and developed aboard spacecraft. This work will help us move past our current methods of power generation in space, allowing new and exciting technologies to come online that could be the disruptive force we need to advance spaceflight. Coming up on this episode of NASA X, we will follow researchers from NASA's Space Technology Mission Directorate's Game-Changing Development Program as they attempt to transform the way spacecraft of the future are powered. We will see how these changes can increase speeds, be more efficient, be a fraction of the size, and potentially cost much less than conventional methods. And with these new technologies in place, they could have the potential to move us even closer to the goal of exploring deeper parts of space. Since the beginning of spaceflight through today, there have been huge improvements in the technologies surrounding vehicles that travel in space. As an example, the flight computers that flew humans to the moon in the 60s and 70s were state-of-the-art then, but had less processing power than a cell phone of today. In the more than 40 years since Apollo, there have been enormous changes in every aspect of spaceflight, not the least of which is in the fields of power and propulsion.
Main engine ignition. 4, 3.
Often these fields get overshadowed by flashy mission hardware and instruments, but without these core elements in place, no mission would ever make it off the ground. Because power and propulsion are so important, NASA's Space Technology Mission Directorate is taking steps to continue improving our understanding by ensuring that next-generation technologies will work as expected and help move us past our current methods of travel.
grown up seeing jetpacks on TV and in movies and have probably said to ourselves more than once, if I only had a jetpack, I could just fly up there. Well, that reality is getting closer. Two daredevils with some serious cojones took to the skies above Dubai to show off their jetpacks in a film produced by Dubai Films and X-Dubai, promoting extreme action sports in and around the city of Dubai. Yves Rossi and his protege jetman Vince Refit showed off their aerial skills in this action-packed video that looks like a slick movie trailer for the next Avengers film. Both of the pilots flew personal jetpacks, which are not like the classic jetpacks we've seen in TV and film, but are more like personal jet planes that you strap to your back. The jetpacks have fixed wings for stability and have to be launched from either a helicopter or an aircraft already in flight. The maneuverability of the jetpacks is very impressive as they fly circles around the tallest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa, standing 2,717 feet into the sky.
Personal water scooter, the Seabob allows you to fly through the water like a dolphin with a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. The cool thing is you can also do this underwater. Take a deep breath and enjoy these beautiful images of the Seabob.
Diving the deep of the sea, discover there are no limits.
Back in the 80s, two guys were in a blacksmith shop. One guy looked at the other guy and said, I bet you I can throw a pumpkin farther than you, and now this is happening. Hey guys, I'm here at the World Championship of Punkin' Chunkin' in Bridgeville, Delaware. They've been doing this competition since the mid-'80s. There are over 70 teams in 7 different categories. They even have adult and kid leagues. This is where science is practical. They're throwing pumpkins out into this field. Some of them can throw almost a mile. So let's go and explore and see some of the engineering behind these awesome little mechanical marvels. So this is Pumpkin Hammer. It's one of the trebuchet divisions. It has a dropping weight that will throw that pumpkin out there. They can get thousands of feet, so let's see how they do. Oh, pie. If the pumpkin explodes on takeoff, that's called pie. So this is George. He's with Smokin' Llamas. He's the biker. George, how do you prepare for that?
Well, I just like to ride my bike a lot.
As you're pedaling, what's it doing with your machine here?
All I'm doing is pouring energy into it. So what we're doing is we're taking a 675-pound wheel from a dead stop to today I ended at 250 RPMs on the wheel. So I'm shifting through the gears on the bike, getting the acceleration up, and we've got 2 minutes to get it to whatever speed we can accomplish. And then it just dumps all that energy into the pumpkin. When we did this a couple weeks ago at State College near Penn State, a professor came out and told me that it was putting about 7,200 pounds of force into an 8-pound pumpkin.
I'm here with Matt. He's from Rochester. His machine is Nassau.
The coolest part of the machine is that it actually spins almost a full revolution before it shoots. We figure we're putting at least 500 Gs into the pumpkin at launch.
Sounds like there's some math involved.
We have a 2D physics program that we use, kind of give us a rough idea of how we need to set some of the different parameters.
Woo! Loud. So I'm here with Fat Jimmy from Half a Bubble Off. Why are we using rubber bands instead of springs?
These rubber bands give you as much power, if not more, and you can keep adding as many as you want. You can keep on adding more power.
I'm at the corner of Pumpkin Lane and Chunkin Way with one of these air cannons. They use compressed air to shoot pumpkins up to a mile. They're definitely the most popular in that they draw the biggest crowds, mainly because, look at them, they're gigantic. So this is Greg with Inertia 2. And this is a whole different division. They actually have the pumpkin on the edge of this arm, and they are going to fling it out there using centrifugal force. What is this?
Actually, inertial force. And actually, on our machine, the pumpkin is stored at the center. It's clear up at the axle. So we drop it out of the center, and it whips it around with a sling.
That is so cool. This is science in practice, you guys. Some of these people out here are engineers. Some of them have college degrees. Some of them are mechanics. Some of them are Boy Scouts, just up here for the weekend. All of them love Pumpkin Chunkin'. So if you happen to be in Delaware in early November next year, make sure you come and check it out, or you can watch it on Thanksgiving Day on the Science Channel. If you happen to be here, though, and you could build one of these machines, which one would you pick? Let us know in the comments below, and thanks for watching D-News.